Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about what books I have been reading lately. But before we get into the topic of today's video, I did want to briefly talk about the makeup that I have on. I thought it might be a bit much to do 3 videos in a row featuring LA Colors eyeshadows. But I really wanted to try this because I wasn't able to wear eyeshadow for the longest time because I had like a dermatitis slash eczema situation going on one of my eyes. So I've been dying to try this. This is the new LA Colors In Vogue eyeshadow palette from Dollar Tree. They replaced one of their other palettes with this. Let me grab the other one. Okay, so they used to have a palette called Trendy. You might have it if you shop at Dollar Tree. So this is what Trendy looked like. And then, yeah, they replaced that palette with this new one called In Vogue. And then this is In Vogue and this is Trendy. So if you look at it closely, you can see that some of the same shadows are still there, but they've been rearranged, and then some shadows have been eliminated. Now uh, the brown in the corner on the top, I really liked that brown, and it's not in the new palette, but I just used the new palette in Vogue for the first time, and I really like it. So in case you are curious about what I used this shade in the crease. I put this on my lids, and then I used that as my brow bone highlight and inner corner highlight, and then I put a little bit of that on top of that. So those are the 4 shades that I used to do my look today, in case you're curious. But yeah, I do like this, and I think it is definitely worth picking up. It's certainly worth $1.25, that is for sure. And then I also wanted to mention the lipstick that I have on. Uh, Wet n Wild, I think, has discontinued their silk finish lipsticks. You don't really see those as much in the stores anymore, especially the more popular stores. Um, but you can still get these on Amazon for 98 cents. And this one is called Cherry Frost, but to me this isn't really a frost finish. I mean, it's definitely got some shine to it, but I really like this. This is one of my all-time favorite red lipsticks, and if you've never tried it, grab it on Amazon for 98 cents while you can, because I don't think it's going to be around much longer. But yeah, these lipsticks were always really, really great, especially for less than $1. I don't think they were originally 98 cents. I think they've been marked down to 98 cents now because they're being discontinued. But this was always a great formula in a lot of colors. But this has been one of my all-time favorite red lipsticks of all time, and this is going to be um, expiring in October, so it's in my bag of stuff that's being expired. So I'm really tempted to buy another one because I've never used anything quite like that. It's a good one. And then for mascara today, this is also in my bag of products that's expiring in October. This is Wet n Wild So Defined Mascara, one of the very best mascaras I've ever tried in my life. And this is Wet n Wild's newest mascara. And I buy this at Target. But I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have to repurchase this because this is, yeah, one of my most favorite mascaras of all time. Okay, so that's not what today's video was about, but I needed to include that information for those of you that watch my makeup videos. So the first book I want to talk about is Foundation. There is a series called Foundation. The author is Isaac Asimov. He's one of my favorite authors of all time. And there's a TV show on, I think it's on Apple. I don't know, I don't remember now, but I watched the first episode of the TV show and I hated it. I just couldn't. And I only watched it because Isaac Asimov is one of my favorite authors. So I said, well, why don't I read the books? The books are always better than movies and TV shows, right? So I bought the book brand new at Barnes and Noble, and I came home and I started reading it. And after only reading like 5 or 10 pages, the book started falling apart. Like the pages were falling out. I was like, this is crazy. This is a brand new book. So I wanted to keep going, even though the book was falling apart. And I ended up reading the whole book, even though it was a pain in the neck to have to keep holding all those pages in there to keep it together, because I figured if I let any of them fall out completely, then the rest of them would just all fall out, get mixed up. And to make a long story short, I ended up hating this book, which is so weird because Isaac Asimov is one of my favorite authors, like I said. I read his whole space series, loved it, read his whole robot series and loved it, but I did not like the foundation books. The very beginning of the book had so much potential, and I thought, oh, this is going to be great, just like the other books were. No, because as the book went on, I started to lose interest and I didn't really like the direction they were going and what they were doing with the storyline. But it had so much potential. But yeah, Foundation is supposed to be like his masterpiece series, but not for me, it wasn't. If you've never read any Isaac Asimov and you like science fiction, I would definitely say read the Robot series or the Space series. Either one of those are really good. But yeah, I didn't like it, so I definitely won't be reading any more of those foundation books, because if I didn't like the first book, chances are I won't like any of the others either. I'm not going to waste my time reading more. So that was a disappointment. Then I moved on to a fantasy series. The author's name is Lloyd Alexander, and it is the considered, it's called the Prydain series. Yeah, I think it's called the Prydain series. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, sorry. But I read the first book, which is called The Book of Three, and these are old books that I purchased like at I like to go to library book sales and buy used books sometimes. So I think I got this at a library book sale. But look at that cover, isn't that cool? This is a children's series, but man, this I would, if I was a parent, I would not let my kid read these books. They're very dark themed, very violent. People die in battle. So yeah, I don't consider these to be children's books at all, but I think they're supposed to be aimed at children 9 to 12, so like an intermediate reader. But yeah, these are not children's books by any stretch of the imagination. They remind me so much of Lord of the Rings, and I'm still holding this because I just love that cover so much. But there are other types of beings in these books besides humans. Um, there's magic, there's adventure, there's quests. Yeah, they remind me so much of Lord of the Rings, but they're very, very good. So I finished the Book of Three and I was like, yes, let's keep this going. So that was the first book in the series. Now I'm reading The Black Cauldron. Now you may have heard of The Black Cauldron because it was a movie. It was Disney's supposedly worst movie of all time. I've never seen it, but I'm kind of curious. It's an animated film, and it's supposed to be a culmination of the first book and the second book combined. Okay? So, yeah, I may need to see that at some point. It's tough because my husband doesn't like animation. I love it, but if I watch that movie, I'll have to watch it by myself. We usually, like to watch movies and TV series together, but I haven't seen that. But now I'm about halfway through this second book. So now I'm thinking, okay, I'm flying through these, so I think I'm going to need to get the third book. But the third book, brand new, like at a bookstore, is not at any bookstores close by because this is an older series. And, bookstores tend to carry things that sell well. And so this author has been dead for quite some time now. So usually when an author dies, they don't keep the books in print unless they sell well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get the third book in the series from the library. And because chances are I wouldn't be reading these again anyway, so I don't really want to spend any money to get the third book. But I think there's 4 books in the series. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can get the third book from the library because I'm going through these really quick. And if they don't have it at the library for some reason, then I'll get it at Barnes and Noble probably, or order it from Amazon, one of the two. Does anybody remember when the price of Amazon books used to be so great? They don't seem to be anymore. They seem to be the same price as what you would pay at the store, which is unfortunate. But it is convenient to be able to find anything that you're looking for and get it rather quickly. But I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna try and get this from the library, but this just continues on in the same vein as this one though. Oh, there's a screenshot right there. Um, and more questing and adventure and good versus evil, all different kinds of we'll say beings, because there's actually a race of creatures in these books that are dead. They're not zombies, but they are bodies that have been brought to life from people who used to be alive. So I guess you could consider them to be zombies, but they're reanimated corpses by magic from the one of the evil beings that's in like a leadership position, because there's more than one. Um, but yeah, these, if you like high fantasy, you would love these books. So it's Lloyd Alexander, The Book of Three, and The Black Cauldron, and the next one is going to be The Castle of Lur or Lear. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's Llyr. But this is an American author, but I think he also spent a lot of time in the UK, and he also spent a lot of time in Tibet, which is interesting. And so he had quite a life, but I think he wrote like 85 books. So he was a prolific author for sure. But that's what I've been reading. Just wanted to do this video because sometimes people get curious about what I'm reading. So thank you for watching and subscribing, and give this video a thumbs up if you like videos about books and what I'm reading. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.